What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We are the Distorted Theorists, and we just came out of, well, I can't even say the premiere, but it was...
Well, it was opening night.
It was opening night for Twisters. Not
like
Twister, Twist Harder. It is Twisters.
And well, we want to give you our immediate reaction and review straight out of the theater with no spoilers. But before we get into that, as always, if you guys want to support our channel, and we certainly do appreciate it, if you would just take the time to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, show us some love, because me and Peter are on our way to 10K. All right, Peter, lead us off. What are we getting into, and what do we think?
Twisters is the sequel, the adjacent movie to the, I think it was 1995?
It was 30 years ago.
Yeah,
so
it was a while ago. The Helen Hunt, Bill Paxton feature, which was a ton of practical effects back in the day. There's a reason, like there was that and Backdraft. There's a whole bunch of movies around that time that featured practical effects, big into special and visual effects at the time, where you saw the flying cow in the original.
Which garnered that cult following.
Well, but that's part of the reason why it's part of the Universal Studios backlot tour. You get that feeling of the water and everything.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And this time around, we get Twisters, which was CGI super heavy to the point where it was shaking all the time. And we got a bunch of forgettable characters.
Well, listen, here's the thing. I think it had a lot to live up to. I'm going to say that for sure. I think no one's going to go to see this movie and not realize the implications of Twister and its sequel now, Twister. Everyone's going to compare it to the original.
I don't know why it was called Twisters, because it made it seem like Jaws, like the Twister came back for vengeance and brought its brother. Like
it almost like should have had a subtitle. But like you said, one of the things is, again, a lot of these actors, we just admitted that, we don't know who they are because we don't see them in a lot of movies. But I think that's what they were going for, is trying to maybe reinvigorate with this new cast. I'm trying to not be spoiler, so I'm trying to watch what I say in some of it here. But like you said, instead of that practical effects, a lot more CGI. But that is one good thing I will attest to in some cases, because you are getting that IMAX, that sound effects, that big reverberation when that tornado starts hitting, you're like right there.
You like that, and that's part of what it is. It was made for IMAX. Is very similar to Top Gun Maverick. I mean, it was a sequel that was made 30 years after.
When that sonic boom hits.
40 after that.
When that sonic boom hits in Maverick, you're like, they didn't have this back when they made the first one, right? You know what I mean?
Not. And this movie for sure was a visual spectacle.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm going to leave it, really, because this, I don't know.
You were saying you could have took it or leave it.
Yeah, it was one of these films that I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. It said what it needed to say. It was, for lack of a better word, it was entertaining. It was entertaining as a movie. I felt like I wasn't... There were certain effects with the first encounter with one of the tornadoes that... Well, it's in the trailer when you see the wind generator, the wind turbine.
Oh, yeah, that was in the trailer. But like, I mean, one of the things that I always go into a movie like this is, y'all know, or I've said it before, my favorite movie, being a disaster movie, The Day After Tomorrow. So when you go into a movie like this, for me now, I know what I'm going to see. I'm seeing big action in form of destruction and nature doing its thing, but of course, movie magic sprinkled all over it. So for face value, I enjoyed it that way. But like I said, for substance or sustenance, whatever you want to say, there wasn't nothing that stood out. We walked in the theater, we looked at each other, and we were like, did I enjoy it? Yes. If I never seen it, would I care? Probably not.
There's I believe, I want to say around 12, 13, 14 characters that actually not get top billing, but like have like speaking lines, of people that you would actually encounter and be like, oh, I recognize them. Right. And 4 of them show development throughout the entire movie.
Yeah. The rest were very much...
They were just there.
They were pawn pieces on the chessboard.
Right.
The other thing is, I do want to speak on, it's not really a spoiler or nothing like that, is the correlation still that they're carrying on with The Wizard of Oz. You know, I mentioned it right at the beginning. I just wanted to throw it out there for a little bit in our review. Obviously, in the first movie, Twister, we had I'll call it canister with the fly data things named Dorothy. So I nudged Peter when the movie began, because there's a team of storm chasers, obviously, and each of their vehicles, I noted one was Tin Man, one was Scarecrow, and first I thought that I caught it like, you know, keen eye, but then of course they elaborate on a little bit more when it gets going. But the other thing that I thought was really ironic, and I also nudged Peter, is the trailer for Wicked played right before the movie started. So it was just this one big combination, and it did make me think of the original, especially that wardrobe from Helen Hunt thing, you know, the nod.
The unfortunate thing is this was, I think it tried to capture what Top Gun Maverick did coming from Top Gun.
Yeah.
This, in my opinion, did not capture the magic of Twister.
Didn't. Right. Like I said, I'm going to take my recommendation. Should you go see this movie? If you like I said, those end of days type movies like I do, Day After Tomorrow, stuff like that, Volcano, Dante's Peak, those type of movies, you're going to want to go see this one. You are getting exactly what you signed up for when you bought your ticket. Yeah. If you want an invigorating, better than movie than the original, I don't think you're going to get it here.
No. Yeah, if you're following, like, I love the first one, am I going to love this one? It's
hit or miss.
It's a movie that is a sequel in the name only. That is it.
Fair.
That's it. It's storm chasers chasing storms. Yeehaw! The bad guy is a bunch of wind.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, that's as real as you can keep it. So if you enjoy our movie reviews like this and you want to catch our Deadpool Wolverine movie review next week, as always, if you want to support the channel, and we definitely do appreciate it, if you would just take a second to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. If you've seen the movie, Twisters, leave us a comment down below. Be honest, did you hate it, love it, or what have you?
Now, final, before we actually go.
Okay.
Number out of 10.
6.5?
That's exactly what I was going to say. 6.5 out of 10 for me.
Well, I tell you what, with that, I am the real Jussy.
I'm Peter Parkour, and like we always say around here,
keep it real.
Big bag of wind.